The name of this show is A Call to Action, and there has never been a more significant time in present day or even past day history that there is more of a need for a call to action. And today we're going to talk about a call to action. And what we want to do is motivate people to take action because it's important that when we take action and when we initiate things as it relates to self-improvement and community improvement, then the results are phenomenal. And the kind of action we want to talk about today is economic action and business action and community development action and dollars action and keeping that money circulating in our community action. And I got two people on this show today who know something about action and economic action and all other kinds of actions in the persons of Miss Charise Stephen. How you doing, Charise?
Hi, sir. Thank you for this opportunity.
Yeah, thank you for coming. And then along with Charise, and I'm gonna let you talk a little bit about yourself, Charise. I know you're just anxious to tell us about all those great things that you're doing within your new position with not so new now with Making Bill. But also we got with us today a phenomenal guy. And you know me, I ain't no hater, but I don't give a whole lot of praise easily. Well, it is with a whole lot of ease that I'm complimenting and praising this guy in the person of Michael T. Hill. And Sharice, if you don't mind, we want to start with Michael uh, because we're going to try to hit on several topics in this little time that we have today. But we want to talk about because Michael can give us an overview. And then, Michael, don't forget to mention that dollar. You know, I want you to always mention that $1 as it relates to what he's trying to do. He has done a phenomenal job of pulling together several economic and organizational minded people as it relates to economic development and also as it relates to the money that's coming down the chute to that signed by President Biden to uplift our community. So talk about your efforts a minute, Michael, and tell us a little bit about yourself first.
Well, first of all, it's glad to be back. So I remember the last time we had the conversation, which really led into the introduction of Miss Stevens. So this is how this all started. So and I think we was talking about really the funding that was coming down from the affordable the CARES Act. And with that, I'm Michael Hill, CEO and president of the marketplace. What we do is we help form private-public partnerships with private entities, public entities, and also corporate entities. So I helped found the Atlanta Metropolitan, well, I did found the Atlanta Metropolitan Black Chamber of Commerce 15 years ago in the Atlanta market. And since that time, I'm now over the foundation within that. But we have extended through my company in response to the 6.1 trillion. I believe you can even add more than that if the 3.5 trillion is approved in what we call human infrastructure. One of the things that we talked about on the last show was the alarming statistic of African American households' wealth being at 1 cent compared to our white household counterparts. So in that disturbing statistic, what we were committed to as it relates to as a business and an organization and groups was to get our African American, starting with our member-based organizations, to begin working and dialoguing together around this economic disparity, which has been in our community since the transition of the Civil War. So we've been in this for over 400 years at this economic level. So during every economic downturn, during every pandemic, and during every relief program, we have been at the bottom and we've been left out. So, I'm very excited about what Ms. Stevens, along with the Black Pages, along with other groups and organizations are about to launch this phenomenal Black Business Month and Black Philanthropic Month. So I don't want to forget that it's Black Business Month and Black Philanthropic Month, which means that in the Macon-Bibb County, we're going to be bringing awareness and support to not only Black-owned businesses, but the nonprofits in the community that's been doing the most with little to no budget. So get ready. I'm excited to get down there this evening and get this thing launched.
Thank you so much. And Mike is really doing a phenomenal job as it relates to pulling organ. I mean, you know, believe it or not, across the Southeast, sometimes there are over 100 people on a call. You talk about a coup, you know, for to be able to get 100 brothers and sisters of one mind working toward one goal is actually absolutely a phenomenal feat. So congratulations, young man, on being a successful organizer and puller together. Okay, now you mentioned Black Business Month, so we're gonna segue, however you pronounce that word, over into Charise Stevens, Miss Stevens, who let me tell you something. This young lady has hit the ground running. You know, the proof is in the pudding. And then what you try to do when you head up in an organization like what she heads up, you try to initiate measurable programs and activities that's going to make a difference in the community. So tell us a little bit about yourself, and then about where you are, what you're doing, what your purpose is, how you trying to get smaller minority businesses involved, and then segue, however you pronounce that word, into the Black Business Month initiative that we're going to try to spend quite a bit of time talking about. Charise?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Alex. My name is Charise Stevens. I'm the director of the Office of Small Business Affairs. When Mayor Lester M. Miller came into office, he really put a focus on small business and brought me on the team. I am a serial entrepreneur, so I kind of come to this position with empathy and compassion because I've been there, done that part. And this department is actually in the charter for Macon-Bibb County. So it's written in law that we are to bring equity and diversity with procurement opportunities with Macon-Bibb County, as well as just supporting the overall economic health of Macon-Bibb County. I've been in this job for a little over 6 months, so I guess I'm not new anymore. But we have done a lot in a short period of time, literally tripling our registration, highlighting, starting an incubator project, and it's because it is urgency. The Black community, especially here in Macon-Bibb County with COVID, has hit us hard. And it's going to take urgency to get us back to a great playing field. Macon-Bibb County has a large number of Black businesses, but I can assure you probably less than 10% actually apply for the PPP funding, EIDL funding. So we got a lot to do to make it happen. So in meeting Mr. Hill through Mr. Alex has changed my life because knowledge is power. And there's a lot going on out there, but if you don't know where to turn, then you're really just wasting time. So being able to be on these calls has actually helped me hit the ground running. So we are celebrating for the first time in the history of Macon-Bibb County, Macon-Bibb Black Business Month, and we're we're so excited, and we're doing this in partnership with the Black Pages, who has been a pioneer in supporting these Black businesses for years. And we are just excited to get this launched.
Oh, that's so phenomenally outstanding. Now, in talking about Black Business Month, I'm going to segue, if that's the right way to say that word, I'm going to segue into something that I'm doing, the Black Pages, Newtown Macon, and the Rhythm and Jazz Association, along with certain sponsors and other organizations. We're doing an initiative called Project BAAD, B-A-A-D, which means bringing African Americans downtown. Now, what we want everybody to do and to understand that first of all, there are several African-American businesses downtown, and they are coming daily, more coming daily. So what I thought is that maybe we ought to do an activity downtown that would help to highlight all of the good things that are going on downtown, all of the minority and majority businesses that are downtown, and what downtown really means to this community. So we had our first BAAD activity on July the 17th. Thank you for coming, Charise.
Yes.
It was phenomenal. And we're going to have our next one on August the 21st. But the next one is going to be very, very, very special because we are incorporating Black Business Month with bringing African Americans downtown. Now, we want to make a monetary difference. We don't want just, fun is all right. But then what we're trying to do, not only as it relates to the social element, but we want to make it relevant to the economic element. So we want y'all to come downtown. We identify the African American and the majority of businesses for you. Spend some money, have some fun. We're gonna have a band. Last time we had a magician, who did some tricks, but this ain't no trick. What we want to do now, I said it wrong. I said that comparatively, the African American families make $1 compared to the majority family. That was wrong. It's 1 cent. 1 cent. That we make comparatively, that our families make comparatively. And one way to develop that and to increase that and to address that is for us to take part of the $3.5 billion that African Americans spend in Central Georgia. We got that kind of consumer power where we can direct more of that. That's why Charise talking about let's make it Black Business Month. Let's have activities for Black Business Month because we can make a difference, and then you don't have to get your teeth pulled in order to impact, what's going on in our community. So we're encouraging everybody to do that. Now, the next activity will be August the 21st. I need to get this in before I turn it over to Charise because I know she got a lot to say about all these activities. And she's gonna be joining us. It's gonna be August the 21st from 5 to 8:30 in Cherry Street Park across from the Dempsey. And we're gonna have vendors, we're gonna have a band, we're gonna have a lot of downtown vendors, we're gonna have individuals who are interested in securing part of that $3.5 billion in Central Georgia. But most importantly, we want you. We want everybody to put that on your calendar, save the date, and we're going to see you downtown. We got, like I said, the jazz men from Aiken, South Carolina, and we're going to have dance groups. We're going to have Michael T. Hill. We're going to give him exactly 30 seconds to talk about, I'm just kidding, to talk about all the good stuff that he's doing. So we're going to have fun. Now, not only do we want you to come, we want you to encourage everybody to come. We want you to encourage everybody to come. And I got my friend, Bob Fickling, who also is part of what we're doing. We're helping to coordinate it with Rhythm and Jazz. Bob has done a phenomenal job. And we know before we get Charise back on, Bob, you want to say a couple of words about your efforts toward what we're doing?
Good morning. I'm excited about it. I'm more excited about the 21st with John Dunn and the Jazz Man and some of the other entertainment. Also, the entrepreneurs, the vendors. We just excited. I think we'll probably double the crowd that we had before. We have Robert the Jammer coming back. So, it's a phenomenal effort. I think between now and December, they're going to see some changes, some great changes downtown. So I am excited. Thank you for letting me be a part of this. Alex, you're doing a wonderful job as well. I like you say, a phenomenal job. You're doing a phenomenal job. So I appreciate you, Doc. And thank you. And we can turn it over to somebody else right now.
Okay, I'm gonna turn it over to Charise to talk about Black Business Month.
Yes, so we're going to use this month to not only highlight, champion, but support our local Black-owned businesses. First thing we're going to do is have our registration drive because we really want more minorities getting procurement opportunity to make in Bibb County. I'm going to extend my hours because we are going to do like a flash sale. I've already had 3 come in today doing some technical assistance. So our goal is to double our registration, and we can do it. We're going to have a proclamation from our mayor, Lester M. Miller, and our commission to recognize this. This is a huge deal. First time in our history. And we want this not only to be annual, but a sustainable part of how we bring equity and diversity for our Black-owned businesses. We're going to be highlighting some of our businesses in partnership with the Middle Georgia Black Pages. We're excited about that, as well as a cash mob. And a cash mob is that a day that I'm going to be encouraging everyone. We have Black pages all over the place. You can look and see different vendors. And we're going to be encouraging people to actually economically help and support these businesses. And then as well as they can do a hashtag that they're supporting them, and they can win door prizes through Truist Bank. So we're trying to incentivize people in all types of ways. We're going to have some Zoom webinars about getting your finances together, and ask also what to do to get your procurement ducks in a row so you can compete for these RFPs. This is the first time ever doing our procurement department. They're going to kind of talk about what we buy, and all these items are free that I'm listing. And then we're going to be unveiling our small business guide. And our small business guide is literally just a roadmap of where to get your business license, EIN, those types of things. As a small business, you don't have a lot of time. And we want to streamline some things so you can focus on getting your clients, customers, and building some capacity in your small business. So this guide is going to be short and sweet, to the point. You know me. I don't like a lot of fluff. I just like it straight to the point. And then the final day of this awesome month is we're going to be highlighting the pioneers that have really supported Black business before it was cool to support Black businesses, i.e. one of our award winners will be Alex Habersham, sir. And we really appreciate you being a trailblazer and allowing me and others to have this opportunities that we have now. People like Ruth Hartley Mosley, she was a businesswoman before her time, and she needs to be recognized and highlighted for all her contributions as well. So this month is about the now, the future, and the past. And we're a call into action, sir.
That's outstanding. This is a call to action since you said the word. I'm your host, Alex Habersham, talking about Black Business Month and Project BAAD that's going on downtown. And then I want Mike, if you would, just take a minute to encourage, and emphasize the importance of economic development from an African American perspective. I mean, some people, not fussing at anybody, but if in fact we think about it, how we can make a difference in our community, if we think about how we can utilize, the dollar and supporting African American businesses, then we can make a difference across the board as it relates to community improvement, politically, socially, economically, spiritually, educationally, and all other kind of leads. So if you would, Mike, just address that importance.
I think when we talk about economics and missed opportunities, I think it's a lot of missed opportunities. I think we've always known about economics, so to speak. I mean, when we think about our grandparents, our great grandparents, they were economically sound in their principles. I think as we look at the generations of moving forward, particularly through the 80s, which kind of transformed our whole thing about value sets, about themes, you know what I'm saying? It kind of changed with consumption. And so when a lot of people equate African American value, they always are quoting the $1 trillion consumption of our community. So we definitely have consumption power, that's without a doubt. But then how are we reinvesting those dollars? I also want to give a shout out, and I'm excited about this, was the announcement that that we're going to be a part of with the Central Georgia Coalition of African American Businesses. I think that's where change really begins. Mr. Havisham spoke about the regional network that we put together. So one of the things that we want to do is kind of make sure we have local incubators as well that will address these issues moving forward. So when we talk about economic development, it has to be pillared on 3 principles: business, community, and government. So when I say business, community, and government, we have to make sure that we have sustainable businesses that are creating significant revenues where they're creating jobs. Jobs create income, right? So through the Office of Small Business that Charise is handling, that's what she's committed to make sure that we have businesses, not just single sole proprietor business, but they're building capacity, they're creating jobs, they're transforming the local economy in the Macon-Bibb and Middle Georgia area. Community. We have organizations that are doing great work in the communities. We have to deal with the economic conditions that are happening in our individual households. We got to have strong, safe communities. We have to have strong educational units. All of those things go into making sure that we have the next generation of talent who will take on these jobs, right, to create more income. And many of us have moved away. We want to bring our intellectual capital back, that have moved away from our region. So community will be focusing on that, and not just community, but how do we transform our communities and make them economic, safe, livable, working communities? That's what we want. Everybody wants that. And that's good for all of Macon. And then last but not least, government. Policies have to be in place. And I'm talking about socially sensitive policies that take into account the least of these. And that's one thing that I'm proud about with the Biden administration. If you really read into these legislative provisions, they are dedicated to making sure they eliminate poverty, that they help the working class families, that they help middle class families with a leg up. So all of these must come together in order to solve some of the economic issues that, again, has haunted us for over 400 years. But we have to have organizations and groups working together collectively to make sure that they can pull us out of these economic conditions. So with the looking forward to the announcement of the Central Georgia Coalition of African American Businesses, I think it begins there.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Bob, just take a minute, if you would, to talk about how the last Project BAAD went, and and then encourage everybody. Just talk about some of the fun we had and some of the activities and what they can expect from the next one on August the 21st.
Well, it began very, very, very exciting when we, anytime you have music and entrepreneurs and you got vendors, we had clothes vendors, we had food vendors, we had the sugar rush. That was, I had to go get an insulin shot when I got through with that. But the food sold to sold, they sold out. We actually come back, and the band, the ladies are interchanged. They put on a great show. The Mike Fuller, who was a magician, he made $1 come in an orange. It was unreal, that the excitement. So, and the dancers, the little girls who did Cali dance group, they was phenomenal, as Alex would say. And it was just an all around great event. We are hoping to double or triple the attendance. I think entrepreneurs felt the good spirit. Downtown felt the good spirit. We looking for more businesses to be involved, in taking part in couponing your business, giving discounts, and attracting some traffic into your store or to your business, So we're looking forward to the 21st. And, you know, it's a good partnership between the Black Pages and the Rhythm and Jazz Foundation. And I might add that the Rhythm and Jazz has been around for 22 years. And I'm just excited that I'm a part of this. And we're looking for big things between now and December, you know. Thank you.
Yeah, outstanding.
And
Thank
can
you.
I add one more thing, Mr. Alex? I
Yeah,
shopped
but-
till I dropped at BAAD. It was great music and the vendors had quality products. So I definitely shopped a little too much.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we had a photo booth. I mean, we're making it a very interesting activity, and then we can't give. Let me tell you what happened. Talk about downtown and the fun downtown. Robert the Jammer was the DJ was supposed to quit at 8:30. You know.
Oh yeah,
he
he stayed till 11 o'clock.
yeah. He played the 10:30 because the people wouldn't let him quit.
Yeah.
You know, and he was scared to quit because they were rolling their eyes and say, "You better not turn it off." You know, so that just goes to show, you know, what can happen when we come together, when we pull together. But now let me say something. I don't know how much time we got left, and Real's gonna let me know, I guess. But you know, this cash mob thing is serious.
I love it.
So what we want everybody in this community to do, you know, go ahead and go to www.makeemblackpages.com. Now you got businesses listed in there by category, you know. So if you need a caterer, you know, then find you a caterer. If you need a mechanic, find a mechanic, you know, and I want you to kind of get in the habit of being conscientious about circulating this money in our community. And we're encouraging that we telling them, and then if you're not satisfied, call me, you know, because you deserve and you expect quality services and products, and that's what we expect for the businesses to do. But let's do this cash mob and get this money circulating in our community. Don't forget, August the 21st at
Who's
Charise
bad?
Park.
Who's bad?
Who's bad? You know, we got Project Bad. And from 5 to 8, and we inviting everybody to come. Don't forget all month, and I'll be sending out a flyer, you know, with all of these activities going on. I'll have it on the website, www.makeemblackpages.com. You can call our office. You can call Charise's office, but please get involved. I want to thank my guests, Ms. Charise Stevens, you know, heading up the Small Business Administration for small and minority businesses for Macon Bill, Mr. Michael T. Hill. You know, you all gonna see more of Mike and you're gonna hear more from him because he's gonna be speaking. He hadn't committed yet, and I'm putting pressure on him on August the 21st at our next BAAD. And of course, Bob is my compatriot as it relates to putting BAAD on. We want to thank Newtown Macon because Newtown Macon is the fiscal agent and they have been very, very supportive. And we want to thank the Recreation Department, the Sheriff Department, and all of the other city offices, county offices that's helped us with this. I am your host, Alex C. Habersham. This is a call to action with some special guests and some special activities coming up in August, which is Black Business Month. Get your dollars together and be a part of the cash mob and improve this entire community by spending your dollars with downtown when possible, with African-American businesses when possible. But remember that a rising tide raises the whole ship. This is a call to action. I'm your host, Alex Habersham. Have a great day. Who's bad?
Who's bad?
Love it.